If you truly want to become a complete Muslim, then what is your very first step? Today we are going to talk about exactly that. The first step is to gain ilm. Ilm meaning Islamic knowledge. In Islam, the importance of ilm or Islamic knowledge is immense. Do you remember what the very first revelation of the Holy Qur'an in the Cave of Hira in Mecca? Yes, it was the first verse of Surah Al-Alaq. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. Read in the name of your Lord who created. Notice this carefully. The very first command of the Holy Quran to a Muslim is Iqra, read. That means acquire knowledge. It is impossible to separate ilm from Islam. Ilm exists in every part of Islam. Without Islamic knowledge, it is impossible to practice Islam properly. Without Islamic knowledge, it is not truly possible to practice Islam in personal life, family life, social life, and state affairs in any field at all. Allah the Almighty says in the Holy Quran in Surah Az-Zumar, verse 9, قُلْ هَلْ يَسْتَوِي الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Say, are those who know and those who don't know equal? Never. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, طلب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم. Seeking Islamic knowledge is obligatory upon every Muslim. Here one important thing must be remembered. All obligatory matters are also acts of worship. So learning the obligatory matters of the religion and even trying to learn them is also an act of worship. A true believer does not violate the command of Allah in any area of life. So it is absolutely necessary for a believer to know what Allah has commanded and what Allah has forbidden in every area. And this has great value in the sight of Allah Ta'ala. The Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, mentioned many virtues in this regard. It is narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari that the Prophet ﷺ said, خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best among you is the one who learns the Qur'an and teaches it. When the Messenger of Allah himself says someone is the best person, just imagine how honorable that person must be. According to Sahih Muslim, the Prophet ﷺ said, من سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما سهل الله له به طريقا إلى الجنة. Whoever takes a path in search of Islamic knowledge, Allah will make the path of paradise easy for him. So, if we want our path to paradise easier, then we must seek Islamic knowledge. In another hadith, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, من خرج في طلب العلم فهو في سبيل الله حتى يرجع. Whoever leaves his home to seek Islamic knowledge remains in the path of Allah until he returns. So, if a person goes out to seek Islamic knowledge and then dies on that journey, then his death is in the path of Allah. And what greater fortune can there be than dying in the path of Allah? The famous Tabi Umar ibn Abdul Aziz rahimahullah said, "Man amila ala ghayri ilmin kana ma yufsidu akthara mimma yuslih." Whoever acts without Islamic knowledge destroys more than he repairs. In reality, anyone who acts without Islamic knowledge does not make their deeds pure. Rather, those deeds become spoiled and ruined. That's why if we want to perform righteous deeds that are pure and accepted by Allah, there is no substitute for Islamic knowledge. Ilm is called mawqufun alayh. That means every act of religion depends on it. Imam Bukhari rahimahullah placed a chapter in Sahih al-Bukhari, Babul ilmi qabla al-qawli wal-amal. Knowledge comes before speech and action. In short, learning the religion and acquiring ilm of the essential matters of Islam is equally obligatory for everyone, man and woman, rich and poor, educated and uneducated, young and old. And from the hadith we have mentioned, we understand that if we spend our effort and time learning Islamic knowledge, then Allah will grant us immense reward in returns, inshallah. So it is our essential duty to make a firm intention to obtain the necessary knowledge of the religion. Inshallah, in the next episode we'll learn how much ilm or Islamic knowledge is obligatory to acquire.